Late last night I woke up and it was pouring rain. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Oh, for fuck's sakes." Then I said, "Hey, Jesus, I need a few hours of sunshine tomorrow. My queen bee's coming in and I could use a little help." And this morning I threw back the drapes and there was the sunshine. Just like I needed, just like I asked for. So off to work I go. I bought this Nuc from Worker and Hive out of Calgary and it had no queen. The hive had several supersedure cells in it, but this apiary is in a very secluded area. So when these supersedure cells hatch, the queens that come out won't have an opportunity to be mated. I picked these Nucs up in Calgary on Friday evening and I put them out in my apiary on Saturday early AM. When I put them out, I was able to recognize that this hive was queenless. The very first indication that alerted me to the fact that it had no queen was that it had these supersedure cells, which I'll show you shortly. And there was no day-old brood in the hive whatsoever. So it had no queen. As soon as I realized what was going on, I contacted Worker and Hive and they shipped me out a new queen. And here she is. She came through Canada Post with her nurse bees. She's doing well. She's small, which is to be expected, but I think she'll be fine. I am a little bit disappointed because this Nuc was $360, and because it had no queen, and obviously had no queen for over 7 days, it is obviously behind the other Nucs that I bought. So I'm not sure that this hive will be up to population or capacity to produce honey this year. The first thing I did was move away the frames that were just honey or frames that I knew were empty. And I pulled out the very first frame that came in the Nuc box. And what I'm doing here is I'm just looking to double check to make sure that there are no eggs, no 1 day old, even 2 days, even 3 day old larvae in this box. I don't see any new larvae, no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no larvae at all. But I do know that it was this frame that the supersedure cells were on. Supersedure cells are found within the main body of the frame, and I'm just pointing them out now. The first thing that I'm doing is double checking that the supersedure cells that I saw initially haven't hatched, and I am going to be destroying them. None of the queen cells on this frame were close to hatching. But based on the presentation of the pupa or the baby queen bee in the cell, this baby queen pupa is approximately 2 weeks old. So this hive has been queenless for approximately 2 weeks. What this means is that buying this Nuc without a queen has set this hive back 2 weeks. The population is a fraction of what it should be, and it's going to take time to integrate and introduce a new queen, have her accepted, and get her to the point where she's laying. There's no recuperating from this. Because the honey flow in our area is so short, this hive will not be up to strength in order to pull in enough honey to cover its expense, which is really unfortunate. So what I'm going to do this year is introduce a new queen, get it back up to a good strength, continue with the mite treatments, and make sure that it is healthy, strong, and capable of getting through our harsh winters. Then maybe next year, if it survives, it'll be a producing hive. I'm destroying the queen cells to save the introduced queen a little bit of work. Once she's introduced, she will go through every frame and remove, kill, destroy every queen cell that she finds in this hive. So I'm just making her life a little bit easier as she moves in and makes this hive her own. Stay tuned for part 2.